This video is part 2 of a 3-part series of videos I am doing reacting to and analysing the music of Meddle by Pink Floyd. If you haven't watched part 1, check that video out. Other than that, let's keep the music going. Hope you guys enjoy. Here we go guys, straight on from the last track. This one here is Fearless. Okay, totally different sound. This one sounds like a country track. I like the groove on this. Chanting in the back.
You say the hill's too steep to climb.
Gilmore's voice. Oh, the harmony.
You say you'd like to see me try. Climbing.
That right there is how you harmonize. Oh my lord, it sounds so in sync. It sounds like a double track, but I believe it's not, right? I think it's actually Richard Wright singing with him. It's so in unison. It sounds like he literally double tracked his voice. So well done.
You pick the place and I'll choose the time, and I'll climb the hill in my own way. Just wait a while for the right day.
See, that sound right there. This album so far has been full of these kind of atmospheric instrumentation where like I have no clue what that is, that instrument that is being played, and it's kind of done by choice, right? It's made to be kind of ambiguous. They have a lot of that, especially in the first 2 tracks. Definitely had these kind of alien sounding instruments. I find that quite unique about this album so far. I mean, it's something that the band definitely does in later albums. So again, they're honing that here.
And as I rise above the tree line and the clouds,
Like I've never heard something like that.
hear the sound of the things you said today.
Radiohead took that and maximized it. Master of transitions. Slowed it down just to bring it back.
See the idiot face the crowd. Smiling.
The vocals.
As the magistrate turns round. Frowning.
Okay, interesting. Lyrically so far, this track seems to be kind of aimed at what I felt like was like critics, or like the idea of people who are unwilling to move away from the crowd. That's kind of what I've taken away from it, especially here, these bits here. So take for example, you say the hill's too steep to climb, chiding. So someone is like telling him that he shouldn't. Maybe this is like about the artistic process, or like you know, following a career in music. Someone would tell you, you know, it's impossible, you can't do it. You say you'd like to see me try climbing. Like they don't want them to actually succeed. And then this idea of like this crowd chanting in the background as well. So it almost seems like a track about, and it's called Fearless as well. Maybe it's a track about moving away from the crowd, you know, following a purpose, perhaps, being okay with being out of the norm.
And who's the fool who wears the crown? Go down
Great line.
in your own way. And every day is the right day.
Right? And you go down in your own way.
And as you rise above the fear lines in his brow,
Great line.
hear the sound of the faces in the crowd.
Okay, so I guess I don't know. I guess my take was correct. This is to me a lot of the imagery is the idea of like climbing out of a place or out of where everyone exists in this place. And I love that line. He says, "As you rise above the fear lines in his brow." That's so good, dude. That's like a triple entendre. Okay, face value level. I thought he was going to say, "As you rise above the fear lines," just meaning like you've gone above people's doubt. But then he said the fear lines in his brow. This guy is looking at him like this. And then the idea that he's risen above it is so good. The imagery is just so damn good. And then you've got the chanting in the background too. Waters, penmanship. I'm curious what this next bit is about. You'll never walk alone? Chant is riding. Anyone, I mean, I don't know why anyone would know, but I am a Liverpool fan, so I'm very curious what this part is about. Very, very interesting or subtle point I think that's being made here. So firstly, for anyone who doesn't know the reference, this is a very famous song that is quite often associated with Liverpool, the football club, soccer club for all the people. Most of my audience comes from the US. It's sung by other teams, but it's an awesome sight. I recommend anyone who is from the US, watch a video, go to YouTube and type in Liverpool FC, You'll Never Walk Alone Best, maybe something like that. And it's sung at the beginning of a lot of games, every game. It's an unbelievable thing to witness. Everyone singing this in unison together. It's a beautiful message in the song too. But what I think is trying to be said here is like he's making fun of the crowd in the entire bit of the track. I don't know how to brain fart there. He's making fun of the being in the crowd, right? And he's rising above it. And then he then has a chant of a crowd singing together, "You'll Never Walk Alone." Interesting. A very, very subtle point there trying to be made that he maybe finds it funny, Waters does, that a crowd of people sing "You'll Never Walk Alone" while not wanting you to ever go out of the crowd alone by yourself. Or in essence saying, yeah, we'll never let you walk alone. Very, very subtle point, I think. I think that's what he's trying to say there. Regardless, I don't like him making fun of the thing, the song. It's a beautiful song. How dare you? Big Liverpool fan. Big Liverpool fan. Okay, here we go. Straight into Tropez. Interesting. If I have to take a guess before this thing starts, it's going to be a little bit like Money, right? The track Money, how they put rich instrumentation and they made fun of like the idea of greed. I think this is what this one is going to be about. Tropez, right? Very rich, famously very rich, lavish place.
Slide a ride down behind a sofa in Tropez. Breaking a stick with a brick on the sand. Riding a wave in the wake of an old sedan. Sleeping alone in the drone of the darkness. Scratched by the sand that fell from our love. Deep in my dreams and I still hear her calling. If you're alone I'll come home, home. Backward and homebound, the pigeon, the dove. Gone with the wind and the rain on the airplane.
I really like that imagery. Backward and homebound, the pigeon, the dove. I think this is who he sees himself as, and the dove is obviously the girl he's with.
Born in a home with no silver spoon. I'm drinking champagne like a good typhoon. Sooner than wait for a break in the weather, I'll gather my far-flung thoughts together. Speeding away on a wind to a new day. If you're alone, I'll come home, home. And I pause for a while by a country style and listen to the things they say. Digging for gold in the hole in my hand. Open the book, take a look at the way things stand.
Okay, I think I was kind of on the money in terms of what I said about this album so far. Seems to be a mood album. It certainly does that with each track. Maybe 3 doesn't quite fit that. Fearless did have a real concept to it, but this seems like another mood record. And I find it, again, really fascinating that this is the same band that would go on to make a track like Comfortably Numb. Listen to this track and then the idea that they made Comfortably Numb. And it shows you how far an artist come. I'm not trying to damn this record, but I think anyone could agree that this isn't Pink Floyd at its very shining best when they're doing something like breathtaking, like a Comfortably Numb is, or Shine On You Crazy Diamond, right? It's I don't know. I think it gives an idea or hope to artists. I feel like damn, you can go really far.
And you're leading me down to the place by the sea. I hear your soft voice calling to me, making a date for later by phone. And if you're alone, I'll come home, home.
Very pretty piano on this. It's like, where do you fit this in terms of the album? Like where we were and where this is now, it just doesn't. I don't think there is a through line through it. It's just another track, right? I don't know quite how it fits, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it will make sense afterwards. But going after Fearless into this Tropez, it's almost like they're just painting with just, this is a new color, this is a new color, this is a new color, you know, different moods each time. interesting track. It's a cool song, but I don't hear that record. Let's say I'm their like manager. I don't hear that record and think to myself, this band is gonna go on to make Shine On You Crazy Diamond. Personally. In 2 years later, that they went on to make, you know, time, money.
I was in the kitchen. Seamus, that's the dog who's outside.
Sounds like a blues track. Completely changed the color again.
Well, I was in the kitchen. Seamus, my hound who's outside. Well, you know the sun sings slowly.
Totally a blues song.
Hound sat right down and cried.
Totally sounds like a, you know, down south blues track from like Robert Johnson, I think is one of the famous blues singers. You can really imagine this. They almost like captured like a documentary footage. Wow. Of like someone on their porch down south in America, right? That's literally what they captured, like audio footage of that. Just someone playing the piano, maybe a very musical household with a dog screaming in the background. I want to make sure I didn't miss something there right at the end of this. Hold on, before I go into my point. Okay, it doesn't look like it. Okay, very interesting. I think one of the best parts of listening to this is almost like if you got to see like Picasso's drafts he did as a teenager. If that makes sense, you know? Someone who would go on to become a brilliant artist in his sphere, in his area. You're kind of seeing his draft pictures, and this is like the draft images or draft sounds or songs of Pink Floyd. It's clearly very experimental. I mean, what is this track? It doesn't serve a concept. It's literally just something completely different to what just happened. Saint-Tropez and this was different to Pillow of Winds, different to Fearless. Each one is just a color or a scene or a painting or a mood of its own. So they're trying different things, and I find it to be fascinating to watch them do this, being a lover of their music, knowing how great they became. But I imagine this was really strange to people who were listening to this in 71 and didn't know much about the band, or like they just, you know, this was their latest record and you're like, oh wow, okay, I don't quite get it. I imagine a lot of people said something like that, like I don't quite get this, what this is about. But nevertheless, we have the very last track, Echoes, left, which is an epic track. So catch you guys on that one.